Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully everyone can see me and hear me. Few apologies for a few technical difficulties. Once again, just a few things not working or not deciding to work out. There we go. Hello, everyone. Sorry for that. I'll quickly get you straight in towards the action. We won't get away with anything else. My name is Joshua Davis again. Thank you all very, very much for tuning in. Sorry about the sort of lateness. It is my fault. I've just been trying to get some things sorted and underway. We are going to get straight into the action here in qualifying around Jeddah, Saudi Arabia circuit. The Jeddah Corniche circuit opened last year in 2021, brought to the home race, well, the first race here in Saudi Arabia. An absolute cracker. It was a very, very interesting one between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. A few interesting sort of racing craft, but hopefully we get less of that today and we'll have some great racing between us. Hopefully I'll just run you down the grid over. Bogdan Moldovan joins in the Ferrari alongside Milan Mayer in the Red Bull. István Puki joins Moldovan in the Ferrari. Christoph Zeller challenges P3 driver from last season in P4 in the Alfa Romeo. Artamas Gal in P5 with Oxygen in P6, Molnar Andre in P7 with FES Go / Jeffrey Ritchie in P8, Primoz Miklovic in P9 with Sergio Sabrino in P10, Ismail Fassi in P11 with Isvan Nagy in P12, Luke Smith joins in P13 alongside Caden Lutt in P14, Daniela Haddad, a very well-known F1 eSports driver for Williams, just recently signed to Williams as well. Daniela Haddad, as we said, in P15. Ben Szabó-Kónyi in P16 and Modestro Mena in P17. That is your 17-man group. We're going to get ready to go an onboard lap with the man himself, FES Ghost, Jeffrey Ritchie, coming in towards turn 1. Daniel Haddad already on the regular lap. We're currently staying on board with Jeffrey Ritchie heading into turn 1. Very, very difficult to get the turning in. Hop on the left and hop on to the right. Be careful of that sausage curve. You cannot cut any more of that you can in F1 2021. You will be riding straight in towards the wall, fully flat out, practically a little kiss on the brakes, heading onto the left, starting and hop, skip and the jump into sector 2, a very twisty and turny circuit, very easy to lose the car, and again, goes there, once again, just losing the car, so slightly keeping it all together into sector 1, split, that is a 31.900 on the dot, not a bad lap time at all into the sector 1 detection zone, hopping through towards the left-hander, riding on towards the curves, and a hop onto the left and hop on towards the right, riding those curves as much as you can. Yellow flag into sector 3, someone starting their lap time, a flick on the right and a flick on the left, and a little bit of oversteer for Jeffrey Ritchie, exiting the corner, nothing that the Dutchman can't handle. DRS straight heading up towards the line into the castle section on the Underhill Hotel section. You could cut a lot of that right-hander, you cannot anymore because of the curve and the improved track limits that they do have there in place this game. Riding all the way, using all the curves, Daniel Haddad to a 27.7. That is not a bad lap time at all from the Williams F1 eSports driver. Rounding the final corner comes Jeffrey Ritchie, DRS straight in front of him and across the line for the Aston Martin driver to do a 127.74 rate, just about 7 cents below Daniela Haddad. Well, that is not a decent, well, that is not a bad time at all from Jeffrey Ritchie, and putting it so far into P2. 14 minutes left to go in the session, plenty of time still to get a lap on the board. Bogdan Moldovan will cross the line and goes a little bit slower than Ritchie to a 28.119. One of the Mercedes right in the final corner, I believe that might be Ben Szabó-Kónyi. Yes, it is. DRS straight in front of him with the Hungarian driver in towards 8th gear, right in the final corner, up to P4 with a 28.363. The Ferrari of István Puki, joins him on the front row with Daniela Haddad, 27.483 for him. A beautiful lap time from the Hungarian man. Primoz Miklovic now beats that one only just to 27.412. Christoph Zeller joins on the second row, tops the second row in front of Daniela Haddad by about 96 thousandths of a second, 27.604 to his name. Tamas Gal joins in towards P3 with a 27.546 at times, are tumbling down by the second. Luke Smith running the final corner now for the Alpine team, part of the Alpine Academy, of course, with Ray Scotch, and across the line goes P8 just in front of Ben Szabó-Kónyi to a 28.363. Bogdan Moldovan, I believe that was, no it wasn't, it was one of the other Alfa Tauris, Alfa Romeos, who actually beats his teammate Christoph Zeller. Ismail Fassi to a 27.566 there. We're in the final corner, one of the Aston Martin drivers. I just wonder if that is Jeffrey Ritchie again. Yes, it is. Just prepping, well, coming into the box now. The other Ferrari of István Puki, I believe. No, that's Bogdan Moldovan coming in as well. István Nagy just prepping his lap in P15 as well for the Haasman. Caden also on a lap trying to improve in the Alpha Tauri. Right on board with the Finnish driver. Round in the final corner comes Caden Lutt, Exports Challengers champion of 2018. Of course, big slapper out of the exit of the final corner. Keeps it nice and tidy nevertheless, and across the line for the Finnish man. And goes P11 with 28.307. Not bad at all. Definitely a lot of time still to gain in that lap time. As everyone now pretty much completing their first couple of runs. Currently 13 drivers who have finished their lap times. Primož Mitrovic in P1, István Puki in P2 with Thomas Gal P3 with Ismail Fassi 4th, Christoph Zeller 5th, Daniel Haddad 6th, FES Ghost, Jeffrey Ritchie in 7th, Bogdan Moldovan is 8th with Milan Meyer in 9th, and Luke Smith in the top 10 with Caden Lutt 11th, Ben Szabó-Kónyi in 12th with Oxygen in P13, Molan Andre, Sergio Sobrino, István Nagy and Modesta Romena yet to set times. István Nagy is currently on a lap in the Haas machine. As he rides up towards Sector 1, a hop on towards the left, cutting as much as you can and getting close to the wall. Traditional street circuit is Jeddah very, very quick on the corners and very, very, very hard if you get wrong. Hop on towards the Sector 1 times now across the detection zone for Sector 1. What's it going to be for István Nagy? It's a 32.051. We have seen quicker from a lot of these guys, so it hasn't been the tidiest of Sector 1s for Mr. Nagy. Riding all towards the curves as much as you can, getting as close to the wall as you can, and again riding as much to the curves as you can. Hop on the left and hop on towards the right. You can run a little bit of that curb and another little bit of a touch of the wall there for Mr. Nagy. Gets away with it ever so slightly. DRS wide open up towards the straight now and up towards the line for István Nagy. 1 minute 0.469 into Sector 2. Not a bad lap time at all from Mr. Nagy, rounding the final couple of bends now for Sector 3, pretty much straight till he flat out into a little bit of a braking zone out of the final corner. Hop on towards the right-hander. 100 meter boards, you want to be aiming for 4th gear action. You cannot go any lower than 4th gear in these cars anymore. DRS wide open for István Nagy and across the line for the Hungarian driver and hops it into P8 with a 28.016, just a couple of tenths in front of Bogdan Moldovan. Not a bad lap time at all. Daniel Haddad has crashed out of Sector 2. I'm not sure where that was. Right on board with Ismail Fassi. I believe he just missed the accident actually. I believe if we do right on board with István Nagy, I believe that might be Sergio Sobrino actually. I'm not sure what happened to Daniel Haddad, but the F1 Esports driver is out of qualifying by, I believe he might have touched the curves or something. A huge contact there for the Williams driver, unfortunate to see. Hopefully he can try and, well, hopefully he's going to have to do very, very well in the race. Currently sitting P6, so I don't know if he'll stay there for much longer. Currently riding on board with Modesta Romena, just about to start his final couple. Everyone, sorry about that. My headset decided to turn off. I'm not using my microphone today because it's not working with the PC I'm running, unfortunately. But I'll have to make do for now. If my headset does pop out, hopefully I'll get it as quickly sorted as quickly as possible. Apologies for slightly an unprofessional stream, but we are working with what we got. Mono Andre has invalidated alongside Sergio Sobrino. Modesta Romena, I believe, has just started his lap. We're on board with the Spaniard, just going a little bit too wide there out of turn 11, I think that was, for Mr. Mena, but just not enough to try and get a valid lap time in. A few more drivers out on laps now. Christoph Zeller on a lap. He's currently going through Sector 1, very nice and tidy. Sector 1 actually purple all the way through. Hop onto Sector 2 now. Running towards the curves as best you can on the soft compound tyres is the Alfa Romeo driver. A lot more drivers starting to put in some lap times now, and a lot more people starting to get their lap times down. Modesta Romena, as we said, just running the final corner. He has invalidated his time. We'll stay on board with Christoph Zeller, the Challengers winner, of course, in Imola. If you remember all those days ago, felt like an eternity. It was only a couple of months ago. DRS wide open nevertheless for the Hungarian man, staying tight towards the curb and across the line in towards the final corner for Mr. Sella. Braking at around the 100-meter boards. Third gear action up in towards the fourth for the traction, getting very, very close to the wall. Not sure if he taps it or not. DRS wide open, but decides to back out on the lap nevertheless. Comes in towards the pit lane. Ismail Fassi, his teammate, has invalidated. Talman Gas is on a lap at the moment, but I think he's slowing down just to get something sorted. István Puki is about to cross the line and goes pole position by 2/10 to Primož Miklović, 27.276 to his name. A brilliant lap time there from the Hungarian, dethrones the Slovenian driver of Primož Miklović. WOR driver, of course, in a number of different tournaments that he's driven for, and an absolutely fantastic driver. F1 Esports driver, well, F1 Esports Challengers driver, of course, this season. P9, I think he finished in the end, and currently sitting just about a tenth and a half slower than István Puki, just under actually a tenth and a half, 0.136 slower than the Ferrari man. Still a lot of time to be closed down. Currently invalidated his second run, so he's going to have to go for another one if he can. And the other drivers, I believe that's Luke Smith in the Lone Alpine tonight. Coming up towards Sector 2, 6/10 of an improvement so far for the youngster. Absolutely one of the closest, one of the quickest guys we have ever seen coming out of the box from PC. An absolutely fantastic driver he is. Across, coming towards the final corner. Fourth gear action, holding tight towards the line. Fifth gear action to get the traction in. DRS wide open for Luke Smith, and across the line comes the British man, and across the line goes P4, puts it on the second row, and that is not a bad effort from Mr. Smith there. 27.528, just in front of Thomas Gal there into P5 he goes. Luke Smith currently holding on to P4. Caden Lutz just put into P3 time, so 27.479, just a couple of thousandths off Primož Miklović for P2. And the times are tumbling down and down and down. A few more drivers starting to complete laps, I believe. That's that's Jeffrey Ritchie just starting one as well. A few more drivers starting to get their laps in. Molnar Andre, let's have a look how he's doing in the Mercedes, currently making his way through Sector 1 as well, just behind. That is Jeffrey Ritchie, as we said. Ryan on boards with the Dutchman, the FES driver, of course, making his way through Sector 1. Is he going to improve by any time on his time? He's currently a 10th, just under a 10th up in his lap time so far. Fourth gear action up in towards the fifth, staying tight towards the line. Yellow flags in Sector 2, and that is a spinner there. I'm not sure who for. That might have been Oxygen. Yes, it is. In the other Williams car today, getting it all wrong out of the loop. And that has definitely damaged a lot of confidence he had. Currently sitting last on the grid so far of all the times, and that's another spin there for the Williams man. Really not getting to grips with this track so far. Here's Oxygen. Hopefully he can try and get together once again, but these tyres are definitely damaged now. Will not be able to go for another one. Ghost. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Ritchie just under 2/10 up on his time so far as he enters into Sector 2. Sector 3 now coming up towards the line for Mr. Ritchie. Round in the final corner comes the man. DRS wide open for the Aston Martin driving across the line. What can he do on his lap? He can put it on the front row and joins István Puki. So close between the two. 19 thousandths between Puki and Jeffrey Ritchie. That's so close between the two. Brilliant to see. And that is a double FES front row so far, sitting on the front row of the grid. Molnar Andre did put it P3 to a 27.382, which dethrones Primož Miklović and Caden Luck. Caden Luck now on the third row of the grid. Ismail Fassi is currently trying to go quicker, but he's as invalidated as well. Milan Meyer is on a lap as well in the Red Bull tonight. Hunting through Sector 1 and into Sector 2. Sector 1 detection zone is about to come for the Red Bull man. Hop onto the left and hop on towards the right. Come up towards the line now. And it's a 31.904 into Sector 1. 5/10 up of an improvement. This is probably going to put him around P12, P11, just maybe in front or behind István Nagy. Riding all the curves as he possibly can, getting as close to the walls as you possibly can without touching. Hop onto the left and hop on towards the right. That's another yellow flag. Someone going slowly. That's one of the Aston Martin drivers. That might be Jeffrey Ritchie just in behind. That's actually in front, so that might be Primož Miklović. We never know. 6 tenths improvement for Milan Meyer. He's absolutely flying so far. And a massive tank snapper there for the Hungarian. And Milan Meyer just taking a little bit too much curb. And that is a big slap there for Milan Meyer, who's having a brilliant lap time so far. 6 tenths up on his personal best. And just making a little bit of a mistake out of the loop. And that is a bye-bye to Mr. Meyer's lap time there. Hopefully he can try and go for one more. He's going to try and go for one more. No, he's not. He's going to pull in towards the pit lane. Might just have time for one more. Jeffrey Ritchie decides to retire in the pit lane, so he's happy with his lap time. Doesn't think he can try and improve. Thomas Gal, however, he thinks he can improve. He's currently a 10th up. Make that 2 tenths up, 2 3/4 up on his currently best lap. Into sector 2. DRS wide open for the Red Bull man as he comes towards the line. Very, very tight towards the line. That's one of the Aston Martins, AlphaTauri, sorry. Just to the left of them, either Modesha Mena or Caden Lutt, one of the two. Round in the final corner comes Thomas Gal. DRS wide open for the Red Bull man, the second Red Bull man of the day, and across the line for him and puts it in the P3, and it's an FES 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's a brilliant showing for the esports guys today. István Puki on pole position with Jeffrey Ritchie in P2, Thomas Gau in P3, and Molan Andre in P4. He's retired from the session as well. He thinks his lap time is not bad at all. 2 Alfa Romeos, that's either Crystal Seller, Crystal Seller, sorry, about to cross the line in the Alfa Romeo car, trying to go as much quicker as he possibly can. Caden Lutt and Primoz Mikljevic, however, are on laps as well. Primoz Mikljevic about to come in towards sector 3, currently 66 thousandths up in sector 1. But an invalidation to come there, just cutting a little bit too much, and that is not going to be enough for Primoz Mikljevic to do one more. Don't think he has time at all to try and go for one more as well. We'll have to wait and see. Caden Lutt is on a lap. He's invalidated as well in the AlphaTauri. He's not going very, very well for the Challengers drivers. Luke Smith, I believe, is also on a lap as he improve. He's improving in sector 1. He's currently in sector 1 actually, so that might be a little bit of a glitch on my side. He's currently making his way through sector 1. Hop on the left, hop on towards the right, using the curves as much as he can. Hop on the right and in towards the detection zone. What's it going to be for Luke Smith? Across the line he comes, and it's going to be a 1.65 improvement there for Luke Smith, who's currently flying into sector 1. Excuse me, is that going to be enough though to try and promote himself into P6 though? Checker flag is now out in this session. Oxygen is about to cross the line. No, he's not. That's another driver. I'm not sure that's someone pulling in towards the pit lane. Not sure who is on a lap at the moment. Everyone's starting to abandon their lap times. Christoph Zeller, however, is about to cross the line. Can he go any faster than P9? He can put it on pole position. It's Christoph Zeller who puts it on pole and makes it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for FES. A brilliant lap time from the Challengers driver. Brilliant attempt there and puts it on the front row. István Puki is about to cross the line as well. He's currently purple in sector 2 as well. He's absolutely flying everyone at the moment. István Neki about to cross the line. A huge crash there. Not sure who for. That's Bogdan Moldovan who's just about to cross the line. Luke Smith puts it into P4. Brilliant lap time from him. They're all flying in now. Ben Szabó-Kónyi, can he do better than P13? But what can István Puki do? About to cross the line. He dethrones Christoph Zeller. It's pole position. Right, apologies there, my headset decided to die again, so we missed the final few laps in qualifying. István Puki is on pole position, does beat Christoph Zeller by 24 thousandths of a second, and look at this, the top 5, less than a tenth in between each other. Mikljevic gets it into P3, Fassi in P4, Jeffrey Ritchie in P5, Luke Smith in P6, with Thomas Gal in P7, with Caden Lutt, Mola Andre, sorry, in P8, Caden Lutt in P9, Sergio Sobrino P10, Mena in 11th, Nagy 12th, Haddad 13th, Kónyi 14th, Moldovan 15th, Meyer 16th, and Oxygen at the back of the field with that 28.7. Unfortunate to see there, Oxygen with a few incidences on his lap, trying to get sorted but could not get the job done, unfortunately. So hopefully he can try and bounce back in towards the race. We're going to go to a little bit of a break before we start the session. Not sure when it will start. Should be starting in a couple of seconds time, but I'm just going to take a little bit of a break, save my voice, and we'll be going in a bit shortly. So we're about to get underway for the formation lap. And it is István Puki, as we said, on pole position with Christoph Seller in P2. Prince Miklovic joins him in P3 with Ismail Fassi in P4. Jeffrey Ritchie is 5th alongside Luke Smith in P6. Thomas Gal in P7 with Molnar Andre in P8. Caden Lutt is P9 and Sergio Sobrino makes it the top 10. Modestro Mena in P11 with Isfan Nagy in P12. Daniel Haddad has got his work cut out today in P13 with Ben Szabó-Kónyi in P14. Bogdan Moldovan is 15th alongside Milan Meyer in 16th, and Oxygen at the back of the field. Just have a look at the tyres. Everyone on the mediums apart from Luke Smith and Ben Szabó-Kónyi, who's elected the hard, so no one on the soft compounder tyres today, which is very, very interesting. A lot of the guys actually this season have decided not to go for the softs first on, so the alternate strategy has been the interesting choice for a lot of these guys these past couple of races, which is very, very interesting indeed, as we see the predicted strategy medium hards for a lot of these guys. Lap 11 to lap 15 you want to be pitting to go on towards the hard, so interesting few choices, but it might be paying off near the end of the race. Medium to softs is definitely an interesting one. The softs do die out very, very quickly around this track and probably in this game in general, which is fairly interesting, but we'll have to wait and see what these guys do. It's definitely going to be a very, very long first stint for Luke Smith and Ben Szabó-Kónyi. Interesting that Luke Smith did decide to put on the hards from that far up. Ben Szabó-Kónyi probably an interesting choice as well from P14. He's got a lot to lose. Well, he hasn't got a lot to lose. He's got a long way up to try and clutch around the order, but István Puki and Christoph Seller has left everyone for dust on the formation lap. And again, interactive formation laps as well, so they will line up where they want to line up on the grid. And István Puki pointing very, very aggressively to the right hand side, trying to cut off Christoph Seller into P2. Trying to defend as hard as he can, as everyone now lining up for the start of the race. Bogdan Moldovan in his picture in P5, Milan Meyer in P6, and Oxygen in P17. We're about to get ready for the first FES social race at the moment around Jeddah. The live lights are on. It's 3, it's 4, it's 5. Red turns to green. It's go, 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 go. It's a fairly decent start there for Christoph Seller and also Timbusz Miklovic, I believe, as well. As they head in towards turn 1, it's Seller who's had a shocker. It's Miklovic who's had a brilliant one side by side. A big contact further back. A few spinning around. We've lost Lutz, Nagy, Mena, and also May, I believe, in that incident, I believe. But it is Christoph Seller into P2. Gets the job done on Timbusz Miklovic. But István Puki aggressively putting his car to the right hand side has paid off. It's Puki who leads with Seller in P2, with Miklovic third and Fassi staying in P4 as Bogdan Moldovan making a bunch of positions up at the start, going round the outside of Sergio Sobrino. Very, very tight indeed. but a load of collisions there, and actually that's Bogdan Moldovan losing his wing. A big mistake there for the Ferrari. It's all kicking off at the start of this Grand Prix, and it's István Puki though who still leads with Sella in P2, Miklovic in P3, Fassi in P4, but under pressure from Jeffrey Ritchie just behind. Meanwhile, Luke Smith is trying to join the fun in P6 with Thomas Gal pushing away in P7 and getting a pretty good slingshot out of the final couple of corners now. DRS is in usage on lap 3 onwards, but a huge crash there. I believe that was Modestro Mena who got caught up in that spin alongside a few other drivers, but it is István Puki who leads away with Sella in P2, with Primož Miklovic in P3, Fassi in P4, might be P5, trying to push the door on Ghost there as they come towards the back straight. Does Jeffrey Ritchie decide to send it down the inside? He's going to pull to the left hand side. Oh my goodness me, a huge send there from Fassi. It's not worked. He's hit into the back of Primož Miklovic. It was never going to work there, trying to defend from, I believe that was from Jeffrey Ritchie. It's not worked at all. Ritchie up into P3 with a load of position being lost now. Primož Miklovic having a torrid time at the back of the field now. Started brilliantly, could not get the job done, getting caught in a tumble with himself and Ismail Fassi, not what he wanted to see, and down the positions there goes Primož Miklovic, not what he needed at the start of the Grand Prix at the start of lap 2. But moving on to the front of the grid, István Puki and Christoph Sella really plugging away between the two, and left Jeffrey Ritchie for dead now. 1.3 is the gap between the two. Meanwhile, Caden Lutt farther up the field is trying to move moves on Milan Meyer, pushing all the way. Let's have a look at not that one, we want to look at the ERS deployment. 78% on that AlphaTauri, pushing all the way. Sergio Sobrino picks up the first penalty of the day, 3 seconds to him, and Caden Lutt getting a beautiful slingshot out of the right-hander, side by side between himself, the sister car, trying to go around the outside of the main man in the Red Bull, round to the final corner. Does he hop towards the left-hand side? He's going to dive it down the inside. No, he's not. He's going to think better of it, and it's going to be P12 in the booking for Caden Lutt, getting the job done. Christoph Sella rejoins with the fast lap of the Grand Prix. DRS is now enabled on lap 3 onwards, and Christoph Sella really putting the times and hammering down on Christoph István Puki, sorry, trying to get my words muddled up there. 6 tenths between the two. Further down the field, a few more battling starting to arise. Primož Miklovic trying to join back up on the fight with Milan Meyer, who's really struggling these past 3 laps. I wonder if he has damage or not. Don't think can see any visible damage so far, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. And hopping towards sector 2 now comes the battling 2. We're staying with this battle between the two Ferrari powered engines. The Ferrari works with István Puki getting hunted down by the Alfa Romeo team of Christoph Sella. DRS wide open for Sella as he mixes gains on his FuturEsports teammate of István Puki. Hopping towards the left and hop towards the right under the hotel section. And another DRS straight to come, not using a little bit of his DRS, 56% on that AlphaTauri, compared to the 78% of István Puki. So Christoph Sella's really been pushing these past few laps to try and close up to Puki. Meanwhile, Dániel Haddad making a few moves on Ben Szabó-Kónyi, getting the job done. But Kónyi says, no you don't, trying it down the inside, it's not going to work. Another spin there. I believe that is Primož Miklovic having a torrid time at the back of the field, but there he is. Dániel Haddad getting the job done. Meanwhile, Ismail Fassi getting the job done on Thomas Gal. Having a look down the inside there, was Gal not going to have any of it, says Ismail Fassi, and getting the job done goes the Alfa Romeo driver. Jeffrey Ritchie's happy just to hold on in front there in P3 with Christoph Sella in P2. István Puki holding on there in P1. And getting really tight now. Only 4 laps in and we've had a load of collisions so far. A few trying to get a little bit touchy together. Modestro Mena still holding on with FES Oxygen in P16 and 17. Primož Miklovic is starting to catch up ever so slightly alongside István Neki just at the back of the field. Thomas Gal with a 3-second penalty as well, just trying to maximise the track limits. Not going to happen this time around. FIA says no you don't. And look at this, Christoph Sella starting to pick up the pace ever so slightly. But István Puki really been pushing, and there goes Molnar Andre. I wonder if there's been a collision. Yes, there has, and that is Sergio Sobrino in the wall, which brings out a safety car there. I think he might have been spat out. Is that a virtual or a full? I wonder if we can see. Not sure at all. Yellow flags are out. Does anyone pull into pit lane? István Puki does, alongside Christoph Seller. So this will probably be for the Haas, and a 5-second penalty, and that glitch is still in the game. And a 5-second penalty for Christoph Seller for doing absolutely nothing. And I wonder why that is still in the game. Absolutely so bad to see, but we'll have to make do with it for now. Christoph Seller comes into the pit lane and still remains, and he's actually been jumped by Jeffrey Ritchie there, and Ben Sabakoni decide to stay out. István Puki in towards the net lead with Jeffrey Ritchie in P2 now. Christoph Seller does rejoin behind Jeffrey Ritchie. Luke Smith on towards the mediums. Everyone pitting now apart from Ben Sabakoni. I do believe it is a full course safety car. Yes, it is, as we can see there. I'd love to see if it was actually safety car written there, but we'll have to wait and see. Nevertheless, Ben Sabakoni now leads this Grand Prix behind, well, in front of István Puki with Jeffrey Ritchie in P3, Christoph Seller in P4, Luke Smith in P5, Thomas Gao is P6 with Nonga Ardre in P7, Daniela Haddad is 8th with Ismail Fassi, 9th is Istvan Nagy in 10th, Milan Meyer is 11th, Bogdan Moldovan in 12th, Kieran Lutt 13th, Brynolf Niknovic in 14th, Oxygen 15th, Sabrino 16th, Madeshra Mena in 17th, and that is the grid so far. And right, there we go. Apologies once again there, everyone, for once again the appalling headset there. Don't know why it keeps coming on and off all the time, but hopefully everything is okay. A few audio bugs, I'm not sure why that is. Hopefully it is not too bad. I'm not sure how to fix it. Probably might be the game, unless it is my headset. I do apologise. Not a lot I can do. I would plug in my microphone, but apparently it is not deciding to play ball with me, not really recognising for some reason. But we're about to get ready. Nevertheless, this race under the safety car, Ben Sabakoni does lead with István Puki in P2, Jeffrey Ritchie in P3 with Christoph Seller in P4, Luke Smith is 5th with Thomas Gao in P6, Molnar Andre is 7th with Daniela Haddad in P8, Ismail Fassi is 9th for this one, Nagy in P10, Milan Meyer is 11th, Bogdan Moldovan in P12, Kieran Lutt 13th, Oxygen 14th, Sergio Sabrino is 15th, Madeshra Mena in 16th, and Brynolf Niknovic at the back of the field. So we should be getting underway probably this lap or the next, not sure what lap, but should be very soon. Then Szabó-Kónyi will be hunted down by István Puki on the pressure hard compounder tyres. But will he get a better getaway, seeing he has been on the older tyres? There we go then, safety car in this lap. So István Puki is behind Ben Sabakoni. Ben Sabakoni will get us underway for the second time this race. Who will come towards along by him. We have yellow flags off now for some reason. But we're about to get underway. Nevertheless, it's going to be Ben Szabó-Kónyi leads us away. István Puki is close behind. When will Kónyi decide to put the power down? Round the final corner comes the Mercedes driver and the István Puki all over the back of him. Maybe a little bit of contact there between the two. Kónyi's going to leave this extremely late. When is he going to go? He's going to go now. We get the Jeddah Grand Prix back underway. Kónyi gets a good start and István Puki could not get a better one. Here we go then in towards turn one. Anything getting going. Caden, look, there goes István Puki. That's Jeffrey Ritchie down it down the inside. A beautiful move there. Very, very aggressive, but gets the job done nevertheless into P2. They're 3 wide coming up towards the straight. Molnar Andre trying to have a little bit of a go on everyone else there, and it's all carnage at the start of the Grand Prix, at the start of the restart, and it's all happened in a matter of seconds though. Ben Szabó-Kónyi still leads with FES Ghost in P2 now. Luke Smith in P3, István Puki P4, with Crystal Seller in P5. Molnar Andre is P6. It's all happened really, really tightly. Luke Smith round the outside of everyone, make that 2 in 2 almost. Trying it around the outside of Ben Szabó-Kónyi on the quicker medium compounder tyres, getting the job done. We knew it'd be quick, but we didn't know it'd be this quick. More contact around. That's Bogdan Moldovan and Caden let in a little bit of a battle. But here comes Luke Smith trying it around the outside, which turns into the inside. He gets the job done. Does the youngster? It's Luke Smith in towards the lead, takes it away from Ben Szabó-Kónyi on the hards, and Ben Szabó-Kónyi had no chance, and now is getting attacked by FES Ghost and also István Puki in the background side by side, and it's almost 3 wide between the two. It almost is. It's Jeffrey Ritchie who gets the job done in P2. István Puki trying it in P3, gets the job done, and Ben Szabó-Kónyi has gone from 1st to 4th in 1 lap. It's been a horrible start to him. Thomas Gal is losing positions as well. He's in the pit lane for front wing damage, I believe. But a horrible start there for a lot of these guys in the front runner. But it now sees Luke Smith in the lead of this Grand Prix. István Puki is P3. Ben Szabó-Kónyi is now P4. Christoph Seller is P6 with Molnar Andre in... Christoph Seller is P5 with Molnar Andre in P6. Daniel Haddad is P7. Caden Lutz with a 3-second penalty added to his name. And then what a chaotic start. Luke Smith now leads by 1 second. István Puki is P3. Jeffrey Ritchie in P2. But look at Crystal Seller really putting the power down now on the Mercedes of Ben Szabó-Kónyi. And look how much speed he carries in front of Ben Szabó-Kónyi on the fresher hard compound tyres, of course. Kónyi's tyres are probably a little bit more beaten up compared to Seller's, but going to be a little bit quicker and a little bit fresher, you would say. Thomas Scout now on the soft compounder tyres, trying to go for the fastest lap if he can. He will have to pit again. And here comes Crystal Seller getting the overspeed he needs on his teammate Ben Szabó-Kónyi. Round the outside goes the Alfa Romeo driver. Is Crystal Seller trying it around the outside as Ben Szabó-Kónyi held it down the inside? No, he's not. And Seller gets the job done round the outside. And the P3 man of Challengers F1 2021 is up in towards P4. Luke Smith sets the fast up of the Grand Prix with a 30.557 DRS, now enabled on lap 9 of 25. 15 laps still to go in this Grand Prix, just over 15 laps. And it's going to be 15 laps of absolute mad racing we have left to go. Crystal Seller gets up into P4 as we've just seen. István Puki hunting down Jeffrey Ritchie. A hop towards the left and a hop towards the right they come. Sergio Sabrino, 3-second time penalty added to his race time at the end of the race. Still, István Puki trying to hunt down Jeffrey Ritchie as best as he can. All the way through in towards sector 2 they come now. Jeffrey Ritchie trying to hold on, but István Puki can't really get close. He's about hovering out of 7/10 of a second into 6.5 He's gaining quite a bit with the help of DRS. And that is how low wings you can run. A lot of speculation about low wings on this game. A few people trying 0-0 wings to try and max out on the straight. And I'll tell you what, it might be working here. István Puki might be doing the same. Look how much he's gaining on Jeffrey Ritchie in towards the back straight. He's now in towards 0.2 of a second. He's absolutely rapid on the straights. Is István Puki. Another DRS straight coming up towards for the Ferrari driver. Does he pull to left-hand side of the Aston Martin? You bet he does. Jeffrey Ritchie gives him the space. Does he let him go? Yes, he does. And István Puki into P2. Was about a second back, about half a lap ago. And now finds himself overtaking the Aston Martin for P2. And now can try and hunt down Luke Smith, whose tyres should be dying near the end. So István Puki may have a better advantage going in towards the end of this race, but we'll never know. Andre, however, is trying to catch up to his teammate Ben Szabó-Kónyi. Thomas Gout sets fast up at the Grand Prix at 30.429. On the soft compound tyre, trying to catch up to Caden Lutt, who had a little bit of an incident as well at the start of the restart. FES Oxygen once again with the 3-second penalty. So there's Thomas Gout, Caden Lutt, Oxygen, Milan Mayer, no, Sergio Sobrino, sorry, and Christoph Seller, all with penalties. A few with pit stop penalties, I do believe. We'll just have a look. 5 seconds for Christoph Seller. Might be a 5 second as well for Sergio Sobrino. 11 seconds added to his time also. But we'll continue with this battle. Nevertheless, switch over to the tyres. Andre pushing all the way he can on Ben Szabó-Kónyi at the moment. Meanwhile, Ismail Fassi trying to battle with Daniel Haddad, and Daniel Haddad trying to get close to Andre at this time of the race. And the final corner comes the Alfa Romeo driver getting a better exit than the Williams man. And down the back straight they come, is getting quite close between the two. Luke Smith has bolted away out of the 2 seconds almost between himself and István Puki in towards turn 1. Daniel Haddad really pushing on Andre, and you can see there Andre just getting a little bit nervous with that 3-second time penalty added to his name. Daniel Haddad, a well-known man in F1 esports, really hunting down on the two Mercedes now. Recently joined Williams from the Aston Martin team and loving life at the moment so far. Hopping towards sector 1 and sector 2 and really pulling the power down is Daniel Haddad as they come towards the long left-hander. Still Haddad really plugging away on Andre. Andre trying to catch up to his teammate Ben Szabó-Kónyi, currently 1.2 seconds back on Christoph Seller. Christoph Seller currently 5 tenths back on Jeffrey Ritchie, and Jeffrey Ritchie 4 tenths back on FES Goes. We have a look at that battle right now. And Jeffrey Ritchie trying to catch up to this one Puki, but Puki's straight line pace is absolutely fantastic, and even with the DRS, Jeffrey Ritchie just cannot catch up at the moment. DRS is in usage for the Dutchman, but not gaining at all. There goes Ismail Fassi on Daniel Haddad side by side. Ismail Fassi not waiting around the Spanish man, trying it around the outside of the Italian. They're side by side. Haddad versus Fassi. Haddad sends him the long way round and still remains in P7. But is it done enough? Ismail Fassi just losing a lot of momentum. And there they go then. Here they go then. Mercedes might be trying to switch around. Ben Szabó-Kónyi does defend. Here comes Haddad. Maybe go for the both of them. He's trying to switch back move. They make contact ever so slightly. Ben Szabó-Kónyi losing the car as well. Side by side. All three of them almost as they head in towards turn 3. It's getting very, very tight in this train. Ben Szabó-Kónyi all the way down to almost about Modestro Mena is getting very, very tight indeed. And I wonder if any of these guys may look for a few malicious overtakes to try and get the job done. Daniel Haddad, however, is still running in that P7 with Ismail Fassi in P8, but these two Mercedes are absolutely relentless. Andre is determined to get in front of his teammate at any cost. As they come towards the back straight now, Andre pushing all he can on his teammate there, the Hungarian driver trying to push all the way he can. Daniel Haddad, however, just waiting in the wings. In towards the DRS straight they come, and I wonder if this might be the time for Haddad to attack. They come towards the hotel section. Ben Szabó-Kónyi braking very, very early. There might be an issue on that Mercedes car. But nevertheless, here comes Haddad with the overspeed on Andre as he pulls to the right hand side. Ben Szabó-Kónyi defends, thread the needle, goes Daniel Haddad side by side, gets the job done on both of them. A brilliant move there for Haddad, gets the job done, and up into P5 he goes. A brilliant move there. Mona Andre and Ben Szabó-Kónyi now trying to go side by side with each other. Here comes Ismail Fassi trying to get the both of them 3 wide between the two. There goes Fassi trying it down the inside of Andre. Not going to happen. A switchback move in order for the Spaniard. Round the outside, a brilliant move there from Fassi. Gets the job done. And Fassi up in towards P7. Yellow flags further back. That's one of the Ferraris of Bogdan Moldovan getting it wrong. But what a move there. Dániel had that threaded the needle on the 2 Mercedes. Ben Szabó-Kónyi into P6. Ismail Fassi getting the job done on Molnar Andre. And what a fine piece of action that was. Milan Mayer having a few incidences as well. He spun round in the Red Bull. And now Caden Lutt gets past him on the overspeed. With FES Oxygen now starting to catch up. But what an interesting battle that was between all 5 of them almost. Between in towards turn 1, lap 13 of 25, 12 laps to go in this Grand Prix, and it's really starting to heat up now. FES Ghost is starting to catch up to István Puki, but Luke Smith is absolutely bolted away so far. Christoph Stellert starting to catch up, but with that penalty, it's going to hunt him in a few moments' time. But coming up towards the line is these guys really battling hard, and there goes Ismail Fassi on Ben Szabó-Kónyi. Around the outside goes the Spaniard. They lock horns, and Ben Szabó-Kónyi going sideways out of the final corner. Now Molnar Andre all over the back of his teammate. Now we're right on board with Andre side by side between the two. Will István Nagy have anything to say about this? Down the inside goes Andre, forces Ben Szabó-Kónyi off so slightly. Here comes István Nagy trying to make it round the outside. It's not going to work. They're still side by side, the 2 Mercedes, but Molnar Andre getting the job done, and Ben Szabó-Kónyi just holding towards the line. But what a piece of overtaking that was from Andre, and the Mercedes no love lost at the Mercedes camp, and this is starting to get very, very tasty indeed. Sergio Sobrino, however, is starting to close up on his teammate István Nagy. Nagy's trying to catch up on the 2 Mercedes as well. His first target is Ben Szabó-Kónyi in P8. Nevertheless, they're really starting to catch up on these guys as well. Luke Smith, however, right on board with the Alpine driver bolting away 2 seconds clear of the pack. However, with about 10 laps to go, István Puki in P2, FES Ghost in P3, with Christoph Stellert in P4, Daniel Haddad in P5, started P14 and up into P5. He's been absolutely fantastic so far. They head up towards the back straight. Christoph Stellert really closing up on the Aston Martin of Jeffrey Ritchie, holding on towards the final corner. And I wonder if it's just a matter of time before Jeffrey Ritchie really starts playing out attack formation and maybe trying to have a go at Jeffrey Ritchie. Jeffrey Ritchie just happy to stay calm into P3, not using a lot of his ERS to try and catch up to István Puki, just happy to stay there so far. Christoph Stellert, however, it's starting to catch up. Meanwhile, further back, there goes István Nagy on Ben Szabó-Kónyi. Around the outside, though, goes the Mercedes of Ben Szabó-Kónyi. Does he get the job done? He forces the driver out of the final corner, side by side between Sobrino and Nagy. Round the outside goes Sobrino, very, very tight, but there goes Sobrino getting the job done. A beautiful move there. And in front of his teammate István Nagy, with Mdestra Mena now starting to have a little bit of a say behind. But what a piece of overtaking there. Sergio Sobrino getting the job done. And up into P9 goes the Haas man. Watering the throttle around in the final couple of corners now of Sector 1 into Sector 2. They come with Mdestra Mena plugging away all he can on the Haas drivers. And this is starting to get a little bit interesting, you must say. István Nagy in P10 with Sobrino in P9. Ben Szabó-Kónyi about just under a second behind his teammate now. Molnar Andre 1.2 behind Ismail Fassi. Meanwhile, his teammate Ismail Fassi, Christoph Stellert, is starting to close up on Jeffrey Ritchie. Primož Mikljević just in the background there, getting the job done on Tamas Gal for P16. Right on the final corner comes the Hungarian man trying to catch up to Jeffrey Ritchie. And now these guys have been working together for quite a while. They started to catch up to István Puki, and István Nagy, however, getting the job done on Mdestra Mena. In towards turn 1 there comes Christoph Stellert. Jeffrey Ritchie closing up towards István Puki as well. Christoph Stellert already plugging away now on the Aston Martin. Mdestra Mena with a disconnection. Hopefully can try and get back in as quickly as possible. We fly towards the S's now. It's Christoph Stellert with Jeffrey Ritchie in P3, István Puki in P4, with Luke Smith now 2 seconds clear of the pack. But how long will these medium tyres last until the end of the race? It's going to be very, very tight indeed until the end of this race. But I wonder if these tyres start to die. Another little bit of a hefty moment there with Christoph Seller almost getting in towards the wall. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Ritchie really bugging away on István Puki as he come up towards the back straight. 1.8 between Puki and Luke Smith. You can see him in the distance, not quite close enough. However, I just wonder if he's using a little bit more overtake than a few of these guys. Are about equal, about 60%. So Puki is starting to catch up though, but for how much longer? Here comes Ghost and Christoph Seller starting to catch up. Milan Mayer and Modestro Mena having a little bit of an argument for P12 and P13. Not going to happen. We ride on boards with that battle between the two as Milan Mayer just out of the exit of it gets the job done. And Milan Mayer up in towards P12. Modestro Mena in P13 now. Moving over to the top battle there. Here comes Christoph Seller plugging away on Jeffrey Ritchie. István Puki in P2. Daniel Haddad 3.8 back. We don't think we'll see another overtake from him. There goes. Oh, what has happened here? Molnar Andre and Sergio Sobrino coming together. That might bring out another safety car. I'm not quite sure. But Molnar Andre and Sergio Sobrino have been battling for quite a while. Very, very close. Andre and Moldovan there from a collision. Thankfully, no safety car. But the two of them coming together. The Mercedes or the Haas hitting one or the other. And that is not what you want to see. And that is Molnar Andre, who's running quite well in this race, battling hard with his teammate, has come to blows for Sergio Sobrino, who's once again having another great race. That has come to blows, but we move over to this battle for P2. Jeffrey Ritchie closing up on István Puki all the way through and really starting to plan out a plan of attack. 92% he's saved up as Mr. Ritchie as he comes towards the back straight now. DRS in usage for the Aston Martin machine. Will he close up on the Ferrari is the question, or will he happily hang back? And I wonder if he is. Christoph Seller has just a little bit of patience while he's happy just to hang back as well. In towards the final corner, on towards the back straight. Jeffrey Ritchie really gaining on the back of the Ferrari of István Puki now. And I wonder if he just starts to close up. Will he have a look down in towards turn one? He might be a little bit too far back to think about it. And yes, he is a little bit too far back indeed, and holds back on István Puki. And Jeffrey Ritchie just happy to sit in front. István Nagy getting the job done on Bence Szabó-Kónyi. This time this Haas versus Mercedes battle has not ended in tears, apart from Sergio Sobrino and Molnar Andre, so they keep all together though. Christoph Seller really plugging away though. Running this first lap 18 lap very, very well. And there goes Sergio Sobrino coming into the pit lane, and he is the first retirement of this race. Decides to call it a quit there. Thomas Gout comes into the pit lane as well. That might be for fresh tyres. He might decide to continue. Nevertheless, Christoph Seller really plugging away though on Jeffrey Ritchie. More yellow flags as Sergio Sobrino's car, his AI, pulls in out of the pit lane. Christoph Seller plugging away on FES Ghost, and I just wonder, when is Jeffrey Ritchie going to try a plan for attack? It might not be until lap 25 or 25, but if that's so, it's better late than never. Using a little bit of his DRS to try and catch up in towards the DRS of István Puki. 1.5 back right now is Puki to Luke Smith, and Luke Smith's tyres on those medium compound maybe starting to die ever so slightly. And this could be a very, very interesting battle until the end for maybe the lead. We're currently sitting in a battle for P2 between Puki, Jeffrey Ritchie and Christoph Seller. We might be in a battle between P1 for Smith, Puki, Ritchie and Seller. We never know. Hopping towards turn 1 and turn 2 comes the Aston Martin machine of Jeffrey Ritchie, hunting down István Puki by the second. Sergio Sobrino leaves the session. He's had a torrid couple of laps. He's running quite well earlier on, but that contact with Molnar Andre has really hurt his chances of a good result. And it's happened all over there. FES Oxygen comes into the pit lane for a stint on the soft compound tyres, trying to get the fast lap of the Grand Prix. Holding towards the last couple of laps now. 6 to go. Jeffrey Ritchie holding tight to István Puki. He's just starting to lose a little bit of time. on those hard compound tyres, and Jeffrey Ritchie has been nursing them. Right, there we go then. Once again, my mic decides to die. And we've missed the overtake. There goes Jeffrey Ritchie. And the fastest lap for him. And this time he decides his final attack on lap 20 or 25. And gets past this one, Puki, for P2. And now Jeffrey Ritchie now starts his attack. And Szabó-Kónyi, 5-second penalty into the pit lane. He comes. And that might be for another stint on the soft compound tyres. He comes into the pit lane to serve his first pit stop in this race. And now Christoph Seller can try and hunt down his esports teammate of István Puki for P3. Luke Smith now under pressure a little bit, starting to really lose his gap in this race as these tyres start to die. Yellow flags in sector 1, and that is Molnar Andre, I believe, who's had another spin. Had a little bit of an incident with Thomas Gal. I'm not sure what has happened though, but we continue nevertheless. Jeffrey Ritchie, however, really plugging away on Luke Smith now. Luke Smith under 1 second between the two of them. And these medium compound tyres are going to have to last another 5 laps. I'm just thinking Luke Smith will have to hope this checker flag comes very, very soon. Because now he's under pressure from not only Jeffrey Ritchie, not only István Puki, he's under pressure from all 3 of them. Jeffrey Ritchie, István Puki, and also Christoph Seller. Daniel Haddad will probably stick home for that P5 in the end. He's 3 seconds in front of Ismail Fassi and 5 seconds behind Christoph Seller. Here comes Jeffrey Ritchie, who's setting fastest lap after fastest lap. Luke Smith has actually been flashing. He's under the 10%, and he's been trying to push away, but it has not happened for the Alpine driver. And with 4 laps to go, we have a 4-way scrap for the lead of this Grand Prix. Christoph Seller just in the background, maybe starting to plug away out of concession. But these top 3 between Smith, Ritchie and Puki is really starting to heat up. Seller waiting in the wings. Here comes Jeffrey Ritchie really plugging away. However, on Luke Smith, Christoph Seller with a 3-second penalty. And now that has eliminated any chance of a good result. He had that 5-second penalty, but with that 3-second penalty now, that has completely washed out of the water. Mazestra Mena with a crash. Will that bring out the safety car? Here we go then on Bogdan Moldovan. A huge crash for Mena, and the safety car is out for the 2nd time this race with 4 laps to go. Luke Smith may have been just saved here. Will all of them pit for a lap or for a stint on the soft compound tyres now? Luke Smith has been saved with the safety car, a full course safety car as we can see on the dash. But oh my goodness me, it's now been decided with a 4-3 lap dash till the end. This is completely hit on his head. Modestra Mena with a huge crash out of sector 1 and joins Sergio Sobrino on the sidelines. And now Luke Smith, does he turn in towards the pit lane? Does he stay on these medium compound tyres? Here they come then. Jeffrey Ritchie, Luke Smith stays out. Jeffrey Ritchie comes in. Sorry, Luke Smith in the pits. Jeffrey Ritchie in the pits. István Puki in the pit lane. Christoph Seller stays out. So here we come then. Luke Smith on towards the soft compound tyres. Will it be? Yes, it is. István Puki on the softs. Daniel Haddad comes in. Everyone coming in for the soft compound tyres. Now Jeffrey Ritchie gets in front of Luke Smith. A little bit of a pit stop issue there for Luke Smith. And Jeffrey Ritchie with a flawless pit stop for Aston Martin gets in front. And now, what can he do then? 22 or 25. We have 3 laps to go. This will be coming in either in 2 or 3 laps, 2 or 1 laps time. I cannot believe what I'm saying. But this is completely turned on its head now. We might even have a 1 last grasp for the win. We never know. Jeffrey Ritchie now takes P2. Not the net lead because Christoph Seller has already pitted. But with that 5-second penalty, which is turning into 8 seconds, it's going to be Jeffrey Ritchie so far for the win of this Grand Prix. Luke Smith in P3. This one Puki in P4. Daniel Haddad in P5. With this one Fassi in P6. And this has completely turned on its head in a matter of seconds. I cannot believe we have seen this. And this is going to be very, very tasty right until the end. Christoph Seller leads us away with FES Ghost, Jeffrey Ritchie, whatever you want to call him, in P2. Luke Smith in P3. István Puki in P4. Daniel Erdad is 5th with Ismail Fassi in 6th. Ismail Nagy in 7th. Milan Mayer in P8. Caden Lutz, after a little bit of a collision on that first safety car restart, has managed his way up into P9 with Bogdan Moldovan in P10. Oxygen is 11th with Molnar Andre in 12th. Sabó-Kónyi is 13th with Primož Mikovic in P14, and Tamas Gal is 15th for Red Bull. And I just wonder when we will get this safety car back underway. We'll probably be looking for a 2-lap sprint until the end. Fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be in for an absolute corker until the end. About 3-4 laps to go in this one. And Christoph Seller leads them away with Jeffrey Ritchie in P2. We start lap 23 or 25. We're going to get underway with only 2 laps of racing to go. And this is going to get tasty all the way through the race. 2 laps to go. Christoph Seller holds on in the leads with Jeffrey Ritchie in P2. Luke Smith in P3. István Puki is P4. Daniel Erdad in P5. Ismail Fassi is 6th with István Nagy in 7th. Milan Mayer is 8th. Caden Lutt is 9th with Bogdan Moldovan in P10. Oxygen is 11th. Molnar Andre is 12th. Sabó-Kónyi is P13. Primož Mikovic in 14th. And Tamas Gal at the back of the field. We should be getting away shortly. Fasten your seatbelts. I'm going to take a little bit of a break until the end of the safety car. It's going to be interesting. Stay tuned. So here we go, that safety car is going to come in this lap. Christoph Seller will lead us away. Jeffrey Ritchie close behind in P2. We're going to have 2 lap sprint until the end. Christoph Seller leads us away with Jeffrey Ritchie in P2. Luke Smith in P3. Who's going to get a better run in towards turn 1? It's probably going to be Jeffrey Ritchie with the quicker tyres on, but Christoph Seller is going to get us underway in a few laps time. When's he going to go? Jeffrey Ritchie close behind. There goes Christoph Seller in a couple of moments time, just baiting Jeffrey Ritchie, and there we go. We're starting the end of the Jeddah Grand Prix. It's Christoph Seller who leads us away. Luke Smith in P3, any action in towards turn 1. Christoph Seller defending for his life. Nothing going in towards turn 1. There goes Ismail Fassi and Daniel Erdad though into P5. Goes the Spanish driver Daniel Erdad relegated to P6. Is that going to change? There goes Jeffrey Ritchie. They're side by side, Ritchie and Christoph Seller. There goes Luke Smith as well, battling all the way through for the lead. It's Jeffrey Ritchie who gets the job done into P1. Luke Smith follows in P2 with Christoph Seller in P3. Make that P4 as this man Puki round the outside of the Alfa Romeo driver. Holds it round the outside. István Puki in towards the lead. Jeffrey Ritchie now has 1.5 laps to try and keep this position. He does not have the DRS. No one after DRS now. It's going to be a flat-out battle. Ismail Fassi and Kevin. Oh my goodness me. Christoph Seller colliding all the way through. It's Ismail Fassi getting the job done on his teammate Daniel Haddad. Now plugging away on his AlphaTauri. In his Williams car around the outside goes Daniel Haddad getting the job done. There goes István Nagy and Christoph Seller losing position after position after position. Could not afford to pit with the 5-second penalty yet in place. This man Nagy on the mediums as well, trying to plug away on Christoph Seller. It's not going to work out. Maybe this time around he's dive it down the inside. It's not going to work. We enter into the final lap of this Grand Prix. Jeffrey Ritchie leads us away with Luke Smith in P2. István Puki in P3. The fastest lap goes to him. He's going to try it on Luke Smith. Down the inside goes a Ferrari. It's side by side. Luke Smith around the outside. István Puki with a switch back on the Alpine. They're side by side coming up towards the line. It's side by side in towards turn 4. It's Luke Smith who gets there momentarily, and Jeffrey Ritchie licking his lips in the lead. 9/10 of a gap. Yellow flags. That's Milan Mayer who's had a crash further back. We do not have a safety car. We're on the last lap of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We've lost Thomas Gau, Milan Mayer, Modestro Mena, Sergio Sobrino, Bogdan Moldovan, now Primoz Miklovic in the wall. We're down to 11. It's all happened on this final lap of the Grand Prix. I do not believe it. Jeffrey Ritchie looking likely to set the win now. Luke Smith has about a couple of half a lap to go to try and pounce a charge. He's using all the ERS he can to try and catch up, but it's not going to work. Jeffrey Ritchie has been pushing as well. Yellow flags as well. I believe that's Bogdan Moldovan's stricken Ferrari. István Puki trying to plug away on Luke Smith, but no one is going to deny Jeffrey Ritchie this race win. It should be signed, sealed and delivered for the Dutchman now. István Puki trying all his best he can to try and plug away on Luke Smith. Round the outside goes the Ferrari. Luke Smith says no you don't, pushing it all the way to the wall, but the man of the hour goes to Jeffrey Ritchie. It's going to be Jeffrey Ritchie who wins in Saudi Arabia. István Puki gets Luke Smith on the line. What a Grand Prix that was. It's Jeffrey Ritchie who takes the win here in Jeddah. István Puki takes P2. Ismail Fassi is P4. Luke Smith is P3. Daniel Haddad takes P5. And what a fantastic race we had just there. A quick 25 lapper in this FES social race. What a drive there. Ben Szabó-Kónyi is your driver of the day as well, but what a drive there from Jeffrey Ritchie, getting the job done, and in towards the win he goes. What a drive from everyone as well. Very, very tight indeed. We'll flick on over to the results screen. It's Jeffrey Ritchie who takes the win from 5th on the grid. István Puki is P2. Luke Smith in P3. Ismail Fassi is P4. Daniel Haddad in P5. Ismail Nagy in P6. Caden Lutz takes P7. Ben Szabó-Kónyi in P8. Christoph Seller is 9th off the penalties, with Oxygen getting points after his back start. Molan Aldre is the final spot, and we lost Bogdan Moldovan, Primoz Miklovic, Thomas Gau, and Milan Mayer, Modestro Mena, and Sergio Sobrino. But that has been the FES social race around Jeddah. Thank you all very, very much for watching. We're going to leave it there for now. Thank you all very, very much for watching. Apologies once again for a couple of cutouts and the unprofessional stream, but hopefully everything is sorted out now, and you all had fun watching this. Thank you all very, very much for watching. We'll see you very soon. Take care.